What the heck is happening, guys? What is this? What in the world? Hello? I can't see. What? How am I supposed to beat the stage? Alright, so here is right now I'm doing this test run. So I set for 10 times, but I actually only could do 7 times. It says gear storage is full. But here's the thing, even repeating this stage 7 times, right? You can see I get a lot of gear folders, which is good. But if you look at the T5, which is the T5 to T6 Iron Tailor's armor mold, it only gives me 1. Alright, so let's talk about all of these stages. So 1-5, 1-6, and 1-7 for the border security management part 1 for the military supply acquisition that you can unlock right here. Alright, so to be able to unlock this, you will need to go to the free contract right here and try to complete the client. So you just need to beat the stage. You don't need to 3-star any of the stage, as you can see right here. Alright, so once you have beaten the stage, you will have the ability to unlock this particular stage right here, which I've done a guide for. If you are looking for a guide on how to beat those stages, or looking at a guide on how to beat these 3 stages, I've already posted it on my channel, so feel free to check it out. But today, we're going to talk about gears and which stage I think is the best one to farm right now. Alright, so first things first, if you guys are not aware, if you look at this particular mold, this is the T5 to T6 Iron Tailor's armor mold, so which will give you the access to these Beleza suits. Alright, you can either get a T5 or a T6. Beleza suit is gonna be uniquely for soldiers only, and it's specifically just an armor piece. And then if you go into 1-6, you can then have the ability to obtain this T5 to T6 Profit Industry Accessory mold, and this is specifically for mechs only. And last but not least, moving on into the Border City Security Management Part 3. Now this one will give you the T5 to T6 Maxwell Corp for armor mold, which is the Hexa case specifically for counters. Now, there's plenty of gears right now. In terms of options, there's just so many options, which is insane. Alright, if you go to this danger close right here, right? Like right here, you can see in the exchange center, you have options to buy Hummingbird. We have the Maze gears still right here. And then in the Gauntlet, you have this Gordias gears, which is also pretty crazy. And of course, the Courageous gears right here. It's just an insane amount. So getting T6 is going to be the hard part. Alright, so looking at the Hummingbird, so let me show you guys. You can see it's anti-rage damage resistance, anti-melee damage resistance, or the damage taken minus. So this is actually a very good gear. Hummingbird gears are very good for, I would say, tanks in general. So let me see if I can modify this to get the damage taken. Alright, so we got the damage taken right here. Got really lucky. Unfortunately, the anti-tower here is really sad. I think I'll need to modify that. Hopefully I'll get some binary in the future. But yeah, let's talk about in general, okay? So a lot of people have been asking me, hey GuitarRock, which is the best stage to farm right now? Right, in terms of the best stage to farm, is it better to farm right here for the military supply acquisition? So in my opinion, the Border City Security Management Part 1 and the Border City Security Management Part 3 is one of the best stages to farm in the game right now. Now, are they actually the best? It's going to depend on you. Now, why are these two the best? Why is this one not included? So because this one gives you the mech gears and it's pretty bad. Now, as you can see, the Wisp protocol, why is this bad? This particular gear is only for mechs, and the fixed stats in the middle is evasion only. So you're gonna get bonus evasion stats. The problem is no mechs right now in the game. As far as I know, I can't think of any mechs that can benefit from evasion for the time being. A lot of tanky mechs like Hound or maybe even Titan, those will benefit more from defense or HP for sure. And evasion is just not a good stat for mech overall. So in my opinion, this is a gear that I would say has the least priority if in case you want to farm. Now in terms of the Beleza suits, now that is going to be dependent on a lot of things. I think the Belleza suits are pretty good. Now this one gives you a fixed stat of HP in the middle. So that means you're gonna have main stat HP and you're gonna have fixed stat in the middle that gives you HP. So that is going to enhance your tanks, your soldier tanks into a bunch of HP. Now obviously for regular soldiers, right, those that deals damage, the damage dealer soldiers, you still want to go for SC gears because SC gears will have crit damage in the middle, whereas Belleza suit will have fixed flat HP in the middle. So it really depends. I do think that Belleza is actually not too bad. And last but not least is the Hexa case. Now Hexa case is kind of a mixed one. So let's talk about Hexa case a little bit. As you can see, we're going to have a fixed stat of attack, flat attack in the middle. Now flat attack is going to be good and a lot of damage dealers can benefit from the Hexa case for sure. But the thing is this actually better than SC gear, which you can obtain from raids, right? Which gives you crit damage, fixed stat in the middle, the mace gears, right? Because mace gears give you anti-ground damage. And anti-ground damage and crit damage, those are percentage. So ideally, in most cases, mace gears or even the Gordias or SC gears are going to be way more valuable. But the thing is, it's quite hard to get T6 of those gears. Alright, for mace gears specifically, you have to go to the PvP shop and you have to buy them and you have limited points per week or per month. So you can only have so much. So obviously for PvP, mace gears are going to be the go-to for most players. But this particular gear is going to be something that you want to farm for in PvE. Because right now, let's be honest, no regular player will have enough mace gears for an entire team. Not to mention 2 teams or 3 teams or even 4 teams, right? So which is what you want to keep in mind. The PvE content in this game is getting harder by the day, alright? I know before this, there's not much challenge at all, but right now, with all the hard PvE contents coming out, we have the danger close right here. If you guys are struggling with this, there's a chance, there's a queue that you want to start utilizing on gears, right? Having 1 or 2 sets of gears is not going to be enough anymore because once you are trying to tackle even harder stages or even in the dive, which I heard that some players have been starting to struggle. Alright, when you go into dive 41, 42, 43, 44 and even at 45, you're gonna need 4 teams. And all 4 of these teams will need to be strong. They need to have decent gears. You don't really necessarily need like, you know, the best substat with like anti-ground damage or whatever, but you just need like at least T5 to T6 gears, ideally, to be able to make your life easier. And don't forget, in the future, we're gonna have even more, from 46 to 50, and from what I gather, 50th floor of the dive, even in KR server, is been released right now. Day 1 player that has been playing in KR since day 1, they struggle with those stages. So keep in mind that dive is gonna get insanely hard, and a lot of PvE content in this game are going to get insanely hard. So I would say prepare to get as much good gears as you can, because you can only have so much mace gears. Start farming for these gears, not for PvP, because PvP mace gears are going to be the superior one in my opinion, but for PvE, because you can only have so much mace gears. So in my opinion, I'm gonna say the priority for most players to farm, I would say 1-5 should be the priority, followed by 1-7, and this one I would say the least priority because most mech gears don't really need the evasion. So yeah, let me give you guys a quick rundown. If you were to farm in this particular stage, which I've been farming for the longest time ever, Border City Security Management Part 1, alright, you can see in terms of the rewards, you get, this is like an average reward, 700 Eternium, it only gives you 52,000 gold, right? But if you look at FC333, you are going to get 50,000 gold, but at a way less Eternium. If you care about gold, if you care about farming EXP, if you're still a new player at that stage where you're trying to get EXP for your characters, level them up to 110 or 100 depending, FC333 is still going to be better for those category of players. But if you are already an end game and you're trying to improve your character's gears, you already have a bunch of characters set up, I would say this stage is going to be much more superior. Yeah, I think the T6 gears from here, that bonus stats that you're going to be able to obtain, is just going to give you an edge. We're going to open up this one, the T6 SSR SC counter weapon or armor container. Okay. Crit damage, anti-striker again. Oh, not the anti-siege. And this is the worst one ever. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of the new military supply stages. Do you guys think it's worth farming? I do think that they are. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.